Hello there, and then welcome to a brand new video. In this video, you are looking at question 5A of 2024 BECE. It's a question relating to enlargement and then similarities. Now, as you can see on the screen, it says in the diagram, triangle PQR. So we have PQR is an enlargement of triangle PST. PST. You see this small triangle and then the bigger triangle. PS, which you have over here, is 4 centimeters. And then KOS is 2 centimeters. KOR is 10 centimeters. So we have to find the length of ST. You see. And then if PQ is equal to PR, so we have PQ being equal to PR, find the area of triangle PQR. So how do we go about this question? Now, since the triangles are similar, you see, since the smaller triangle is similar to the bigger triangle, we can write out an equation that will help us to solve. You see, and what is that equation? The equation is such that if you take corresponding sides, if I say corresponding side, then it means if I'm taking this side here, then I'm also taking this side over here. You see, because they are all the bases. You see, and if I take this side of the smaller triangle, then I should take this whole side of the bigger triangle as well. You see, so the formula says that ST all over. So that is the small one over the big one. So KR should be equal to, you took this side here, which is ST over KR. You see, so it should be equal to, we are taking another small portion of the triangle, PS. So PS over from P to Q. So P Q. Why from P to Q? Or why this formula? Now, if you look at it carefully, you realize that there are two triangles, just as the question has said. If you can't see it clearly, let me use a different color code so you can see it. Now, with this, I do hope you can see it clearly. So we have the gold one, which is the smaller triangle, and then the bigger one, you see, which is in blue. You get it now? So we are saying ST, that is the base of the small triangle over that of the bigger one. If you look for its ratio, it will be equal to, we are taking this side of the small triangle, that is PS, over the big one. Apart from this, you can choose to also write it the other way around. That is QR over ST is equal to PQ over SP. The only thing you need to be consistent about is that if you are using the small one over the big one, it should be the same as the small one over the big one. And if the big one over small, it should be the same. You get it? So now that we've written this, let's do a substitution and then find ST. So as at now, we don't know the value of ST. So we just write that down. So that is ST over QR. We're giving QR to be 10 centimeters. So 10 is equal to PS. From P to S, we've been told is what? 4 centimeters. So 4 all over PQ. So that is from this point all the way to this point. And what is its length? That is 4 plus 2. So 4 plus 2. Why are we saying it's 4 plus 2? This 2 centimeters here is actually from S to Q. But we want the whole length, P to Q. And P to Q is made up of what? P to S and then S to Q. That is how come we are getting this 4 plus 2 over here. So if we then want to make our ST the subject, then we would have to multiply each side by what? 10. Or others can say you can cross multiply. You see, that changes nothing. It's just the same thing. So then this 10 divides this 10. And then on the left hand side, we have ST is equal to, so simplifying this, we have 2 dividing 6 thrice, and then 2 dividing 10 5 times. We have 4 times 5, which gives us 20. So that is a 20 over 3. So 20 over 3. So with 20 over 3, if you have to simplify further, we'll get ST being 6.6. It will be 6.666. You see, that is if you use your long division. So 6.666, but then to 2 decimal places, let's just write 6.7 centimeters. You see, So this here becomes the length of ST. As simple as that. Now, if we want the area of PQR as the question is demanding of us, we know the area of a triangle. So area of a triangle is equal to 1 over 2 times your height, then times your base, you see. And in this case, our base then is going to be what? QR. So QR, you see the length of QR. What then would our height be? Our height would be from P to what? This point over here. Let me take out this triangle and then we can understand what I'm trying to say. So this is the triangle. This is the triangle whose area we want to solve for. You see, now we need the height. And as I'm saying, this is the height. Remember, we are saying that this length over here, this side is the same as this side. You see, hence to solve for this height, we need to use the Pythagoras theorem. You see, and if you are using the Pythagoras theorem, this then becomes a hypotenuse whose length is the 4 plus 2 over here. So its length is 6. And if Q to R is 10 centimeters, then if I'm to write here M, then it simply means MR is 5 centimeters. You see? So we want our height. So our H is PM. And how do we get the PM, which is this side over here? So we know that the hypotenuse squared, that is H squared, or in this case, since it is PR, let's just use our PR. So PR squared, that is using the Pythagoras theorem, is equal to PM all squared plus MR. So MR all squared, you see. And take note, it is PM that we want. So let's do our substitution. PR is 6, so 6 squared is equal to, we still do not have our PM, plus MR, which is 5 squared. We want our PM. So we have 6 squared, then 5 squared comes here as negative 5 squared, and we say that is equal to our PM all squared. You see? Okay. So with that said, we have 6 squared, which gives us a 36, minus 5 squared, which is a 25. And we are still saying that is equal to the magnitude of what? PM. 36 minus 25 then gives us 11. So PM squared. Now, how do we take off the squared? We'll then have to find the square root of both sides. So with the square roots now, this 2 takes off the square root sign. And then we can say the PM is equal to what? The length of PM is equal to 11 root 11 units. This is what we have. So with that, we now have all that we need for the area of the triangle. That is half. Let me write that with this color. So that is our area being equal to what? 1 over 2 half times the height, which in this case is the length of PM, then times the base. Now take note, if we use just this base over here, then we'll be solving for what? This triangle only. You see, you get it? Okay. So let's use this bit and then see what is going to happen. So times MR. Now we have 1 over 2 times PM is what? Root 11 times MR. So our MR we said is what? 5. Evaluating this, we know this can be written as over 1 and over 1. So we have 5 root 11, 5 root 11 all over 2. this becomes the area of only this region. You get it? But what did the question say? The question asked us to find the area of triangle PQR. PQR, this whole thing over here. And we've been able to find half of it. So that simply means the area of PQR is then going to be what? 2 times what we have solved. That is 2 times of this. You see? So we come and say area of PQR is then equal to what? 2 times the area of this area. So 2 root 11 all over. Is that 2 root 11? It's actually 5 root 11 all over 2. You see? And if you have to simplify, we know this 2 here cancels out this 2. So it simply implies that the area of PQR, that is triangle PQR, is 5 root 11. And that is just it. Right? That is just it. So that ends question 5A of BECE 2024. Right? It was very interesting. It's all about triangles, right? So knowing how to work with what similar triangles, that is undergoing enlargement, and then solving for the areas of the triangle as well. Here are some questions you can solve just to test your understanding. They are similar to what we just solved. So you take time and then go through it. And if there's any issue of concern, you can always let me know at the comment section and I'll address that for you when I get notice of it. So that ends this lesson. In our next lesson, we'll be looking at question 5B of BECE 2024. Stay tuned and then bye for now.